Well, let's get more on one of the top stories we're following this morning, that proposed three-day ceasefire in Ukraine. Ukraine's ambassador to Australia is Vasyl Miroshnichenko, and he joins us now from Brisbane. Ambassador, welcome back to News Breakfast. Lovely to speak to you.
Good morning.
I just wanted to start off, is Vladimir Putin just stalling for time here to appease Donald Trump, or do you think he actually is serious about peace?
Well, let's look back at the facts. On March 11th, Ukraine has accepted a proposal from the U.S. administration for an unconditional 30-day ceasefire. We then also offered that bilaterally to Russia. They refused to accept the ceasefire. And there was a very brief ceasefire on the day of Easter. It didn't last long. As you remember, Russians have sent many other missiles to different cities, including a massive ballistic and cruise missile attack at Kyiv on the 24th of April. So we don't really understand what Russia is doing, but it looks like they're trying to deceive the U.S. and they're trying to deceive the world, because we have to look at the deeds, not on the declarations. We don't understand why we have to wait until the May 8th and May 9th for the ceasefire. If Russia is interested in peace, they can actually just stop. And the ceasefire should be immediate, unconditional, and happening now. Because we value human lives. We don't care about parades, but it seems that Putin cares about parades.
There's just deaths every single day occurring in Ukraine. It's probably not getting the attention internationally that it once was. Do you have any hope for a ceasefire or even a permanent peace so long as Vladimir Putin is in charge of Russia?
Vladimir Putin is on a mission to destroy the country. At the moment, Russia's on the overdrive on the major offensive, trying to capture more territory. It's all in. It's what's called the pedal metal. They are now out there putting all their equipment, all their troops, over 650,000 Russian troops currently moving forward. This is what we are seeing. Also, we see how Russians are hammering Sumy, Kryvyi Rih, Kyiv, many other cities, hitting just residential areas with one aim: to intimidate Ukrainian people. Russia is not giving up on Ukraine. Their mission is to destroy our sovereignty, our nation, our culture, our identity, and we have to keep this in mind. This is what Russians are now pursuing.
There's a story, Ambassador, in the Australian newspaper this morning that 49 army tanks that Australia promised to Ukraine 6 months ago are still yet to leave the country, and there's some question marks about who's going to pay for their maintenance and deployment. What can you tell us about that?
We are working very closely with the Australian government, making sure that those tanks are sent to Ukraine. And we value the contribution from Australia to prop up our defense capabilities. As you know, last year, Australian Deputy Prime Minister as well as the Foreign Minister have visited Ukraine. We also had a visit of a shadow Foreign Minister to Ukraine. Our relations are at the highest level they've ever been. We value the contribution from Australia, and certainly we will work with the new government after the elections, making sure that more equipment could be delivered, more Bushmasters, more M113s, and tanks are there, because this is your investment into your own security, because actually the way this war is going to play out will have a major impact on the security of Australia, on the security of the region. And we do see already the deployment of the North Korean troops. We've already seen and captured Chinese citizens who are now fighting for the Russians, and we see it happening. Also, we've seen the joint naval military exercises between Indonesia and Ukraine in November of last year. So we see how Russians are projecting power, how they are trying to undermine democracies, and Russians are on a mission to destroy the liberal world. And that's an assault not only on Ukraine, it's an assault on many democracies. And Ukraine is stepping up for democracy. I think it's time for other democratic countries to step up for it as well.